For nearly a decade, Niki Terpstra was a top player in the classics, a key part of Team Quickstep's lineup, and is regarded as one of the top Dutch classics riders. He was also a great teammate, consummate pro, and well-liked. These are the 4 wins that exemplify his career. It was nearly 2 decades ago when Terpstra was first brought to the world's attention. We're at the 2009 Criterium du Dauphine, the week-long stage race in June. It's stage 3, and 25-year-old Terpstra has made it into the day's breakaway. He's riding for the German Milram team, and he and the 4 breakaway members have made it to the final kilometer with a 2-minute lead. In the final sprint, Terpstra is the fastest, and while he does sit up a little early and probably gave his team manager a heart attack, he still takes the win and took the yellow jersey for a day. This was his biggest win so far, but a few years later, and he'd win something monumental. The 2014 Paris-Roubaix, the Hell of the North. It's one of the main targets for Quickstep every year, and they've come here with Tom Boonen, Belgian hero, as the team leader. Terpstra is their solid plan B. In fact, he beat Boonen at last week's Tour of Flanders, albeit by a few seconds, but it's arguable that he is in better form. This year is Paris-Roubaix at its best. Chaos, crashes, riders hanging onto door handles, and more abound. Boonen attacks, Sagan attacks, everyone is all over the road at all times. Hell, even Bradley Wiggins is in the front of the race in the closing kilometers. 6 kilometers to go, and the leading group is full of hitters. Van Mark, Degenkolb, Sagan, and critically, Boonen and Terpstra. Terpstra takes a flyer off the front, aiming to take the pressure off of Boonen, daring the rest of the group to chase after him. And they try. They truly do, at least for a few kilometers. But Terpstra is a man possessed, his veins about ready to pop out of his neck. When Terpstra enters the Roubaix Velodrome, he has 20 seconds in hand. When he crosses the line, he'll be one of just 6 Dutch riders to ever win Roubaix. For me, it's the most beautiful classic of the year. It's a dream to win this. There are 2 cobbled monuments. The other is, of course, the Tour of Flanders, the race that Belgium lives and breathes for, and so does Team Quickstep. It's 2018, 4 years on from Terpstra's win at Paris-Roubaix, and he hasn't managed to have a second huge victory yet. But this could be the year. He won E3 Harlebeke to open the Classics campaign, and is certainly on the list of today's favorites. With 28 kilometers left on the Kreuzberg, Terpstra is part of the second group on the road with all the favorites, including world champion Peter Sagan and a handful of teammates. But it's Vincenzo Nibali, winner of all 3 Grand Tours, that attacks. Everyone else waits, except for Terpstra, and then drops Nibali just a few moments later. Now, there's just 15 seconds separating Terpstra and the lead group of 3. Behind, Quickstep is slowing the chase group, putting the ball firmly in Terpstra's court. On the Quermont, Terpstra catches the trio and blows right past them, storming to a victory in Flanders, solo to the finish. This put him in the history books, just the 3rd Dutch rider to win both Flanders and Roubaix, and ensured his legacy on Team Quickstep. With wins like that, it's hard to think of what the 4th win could possibly be, what's been saved for last, but it's one that Terpstra is most proud of. From 2012 to 2018, the World Team Time Trial Championships were conducted not with the national teams like in the past, but with the trade teams, a change that, in our opinion, brought much better racing. It rewarded teams like Quickstep, teams built around a whole squad of strong riders who wouldn't hesitate to sacrifice for each other. And Terpstra was always one of these riders, always making his presence known, always proud to fly the team colors, and he'd win 4 of these world championships. Winning the World Team Time Trial 4 times is something people tend to forget, but it means a great deal to me. I am really proud of those titles because I was always into working on those small details year after year. Riders like Terpstra, or it make the sport what it is.